Welcome to From the Concrete, the series that recognizes pioneers, innovators, trendsetters, and most of all, the next generation of change makers by giving them their flowers now. I'm your host, Brianna Elmore. Today we have another amazing guest, Angela Nichols.
Hi.
Hi, Angela.
I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here. I'm so excited to talk to you. But before we do that, I got to get into your bio, the bio of it all, okay?
Okay.
Y'all, I'm going to take a breath because mama's got credits, okay? So, a native of Long Beach, California, Angela Nichols has worked in the entertainment and tourism industry for the past 16 years. Following her college graduation, Angela moved into marketing roles in Philadelphia before returning to California, where she started a marketing and public relations consulting company in 2012. Angela departed consulting to take a position as the executive assistant to the executive producer of the new Ricki Lake Show. The show introduced her to the talk show genre, and she has gone on to work on a diverse roster of talk shows and docuseries with some of the most recognized personalities in entertainment. Her production credits include, y'all ready? Because I'm ready. The Kris Jenner Show, The Queen Latifah Show, The Boris and Nicole Show, It's Not You, It's Men with Tyrese and Rev Run, The Next 15, Curvy Style with Timothy Snell, The T.D. Jakes Show, Carpool Karaoke, Steve Harvey's Steve on Watch, and The Jennifer Hudson Show. Having advanced to a senior producer and earning 2 Emmy Awards and 2 NAACP Image Awards, Angela continues to step on y'all necks and also continues to pursue her love of entertainment. Welcome to the show, Angela.
Thank you. I mean, God is good.
God is good. Them credits are blessed.
Listen.
Okay?
Yes.
And I just think, like, how did you feel hearing that back? Hearing all the credits roll essentially in that bio.
It's weird to, you going through, you're doing your career, you're doing everything, and then when you look back at it, you're like, oh, I did do that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, I got my credits under me. It's a lot of experience in that, but it's amazing, but it's still hard to take in.
Yeah.
Because you're just going.
Yeah, and it's just a constant cycle, especially in this industry. It always continues to move and it's shaking, and you got to, like, take one thing in and be all in the moment while you're doing it. But then when it's over, it's like, okay, the next thing. And sometimes it can get really hard to just, like, give yourself the credit for that, which is why we're here.
Yeah, it is. And then I'm just blessed to still be working in this industry, especially with everything going on, and a lot of people can't find work. So God is good, and I'm so blessed to be doing what I'm still doing, and I love to do.
And we're blessed to have you here on this show.
Thank
And
you.
all these shows was blessed to have you or have you. So how are you today?
I'm very well. I'm excited, and this is an amazing setup. So thank you all for having me today.
Well, thank you for being here. Are you ready to dig in?
Let's do it.
Well, let's do it. Let's start with getting to know more about what led you on your path in getting to the root. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
So what we're going to do here, we're going to literally be planting our little plants, and we have it so cute
It's
and
so
set up.
pretty.
So let's start gloves first.
Gloves first, and this is an amazing setup. I feel like I want to have conversations with my friends doing this.
Yes. And that is essentially what we about to do.
Let's get it. I mean, they're so cute.
I know, and they fit so
Matches.
good.
They
It's
do.
really cute.
They do. I'm ready to go when you are.
All right. So first question would be, and then one important thing, when I move, you move on these pots, okay?
Wait, what's step one? You just
Put
take
the dirt in.
The dirt is in. So then I'm okay.
Put the dirt, then seed. Then I like to put a little more dirt and water.
Okay, so that's why we have 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you let me know.
All right.
Ready
I'm
for
going
the
to
dirt.
ask you a question.
Yep.
You good?
Okay.
All right. What would you say was the most pivotal moment in getting you on your path to being a senior producer on some of the most popular talk shows? I can't even say one of the most because it's a lot of them.
You know what? I think it's always just being persistent and loving your craft. Like I love to produce. I'm a human interest producer, although I do produce celebrities at times, and I love what I do. And so I'm always wanting to perfect my craft. I believe that a lot of people, they want to know, when do I move to the next level? But when it's time, it's time. So no matter how long you've been in this industry, I believe that, can I do both of them or just
You
one?
can. I'm about to do both of them.
Oh, okay. I believe that some people think they get to one area and they're like, I made it. And so they don't want to do anything else. But I believe that I'm always perfecting my craft and seeing how I can get better. Even though I've been doing it for a long time, nothing is the same. Can I use this?
Yeah, we have the little tools back there. You can use
Yeah, so I just think you have to be persistent. And, this is what God gifted me to do. So I always want to be the best. I don't want to have any of my interviews or segments that I do fall flat. So I always am looking to see how I can be more creative, or can I write a little bit faster? Can I do certain things a little bit better? And always seeing what's going on. And as a human interest producer, it's the heart of the story, and that's what I love. So I'm talking with people who are sharing their stories with us, and I love to hear a good comeback story or just motivational. So you are a pivotal point of them sharing their story, and you want to make sure that you get that out. So I just think that goes hand in hand. So work hard. Always put God first, and do your thing and get better.
Yeah.
You can always get better. You don't have to be stagnant. It's always something to learn, and be humble.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why you have had so much longevity in your career, because that's the way that you approach it. And it seems to me, based off of your conversation and, again, them credits, it seems that you just enjoy yourself and you keep going for, just the joy and finding the joy, because being a human interest producer, it's like you wouldn't get the same story each time. So, but it's like you still have to give each story its same shine and its same kind of have reverence for the stories that you're creating.
Well, I'm a people person, so that's why I love it. And so I take very good care of just being invested in my guests and their stories, because I think it's important, because you're calling regular people out of the blue and saying, tell me your business on national television and getting them ready for it. And it's a lot that goes into it. So you want to make sure that they're comfortable, but also make sure that when they're sharing their story is just as impactful as when you first heard it, so that they're not nervous in front of the audience or nervous when they're talking to their host. But also, I always think this is probably the only time that someone gets to share their story, and I'm a small piece of their puzzle. And how can I help them so that they have the best experience ever? Because this is like a once in a lifetime thing. So I'm invested and take very good care of my guests and their story, because it is a once in a lifetime. This is their time to be on a platform, and you want to help them to do that. And also, they have amazing stories. You get to talk to. I have countless people who I've produced, and I keep in touch with some of them, and I see what some people are doing, and I just think it's amazing.
And then I feel like when you have that level of integrity in your work, they'll remember you. They want to come back, and they will be like, no, I want her to be my producer, or no, I trust you.
They don't get a choice.
Yeah.
You don't get a choice who your producer gets to be. It's a sign by our bosses. But, sometimes if you pitch it, it's some stories that you connect with a little bit more. Or if you are good with kids or something like that, you might get more kids that you produce and things like that. But I do think across the board, when I'm working on a staff of amazing, accomplished producers, we all produce to the same level. So everyone's holding their weight.
And that's always helpful to have the good team, because that's how you get the best stories, if you have a good team.
Yeah, and you get to bounce ideas off of them, like, oh, I have this guest, and I was thinking about doing this, and we all are creative. So we all win together.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get the best way to actually execute your creative, and everyone who I've worked with have always risen to the occasion. So it's amazing, because I learn something all the time.
Yeah. And it's just so for you being a senior producer, how do you set that pace, from the jump, right? Because I know you have to probably grow to it to an extent, right, to get that, team gelling. kind of like where you're all on the one band, one sound.
Yeah, you are in a supervising role and you lead by example and you help out if someone gets stuck. But that's what you do. You just lead by example, and so hopefully you have the qualities to do so. And that's when you get to that level when you're supervising, but yet also you are producing your own segments and interviews, and you're making sure that everything is taken care of and helping out. You have to be humble. You have to understand the bigger picture of everything, and always open to learning from others. And I always say this: always be kind. It's a blessing to do what we do. I love what I do. And sometimes I'm like even when you were reading my bio, I'm like, did I do that? But it's a blessing. And so some people don't get a chance to live out their dreams, and I do. So when I come in, even though it's long hours and everything like that, because we probably on set for we're doing a 12-hour day, I'm not complaining because this is what God put in my heart to do. And so I do it, and my passion and what he puts inside of me fuels me. So no matter what, it's good to me. Okay, when I'm on hiatus, I'm like, ooh, I get to relax. But when I'm in it, I'm in it. And I love what I do, so that keeps me going.
Yeah, and I love that kind of having the gratitude because you're living in an answered prayer.
Yes, and I think some people don't understand that especially in this industry after the strikes and everything, how some people are still looking for work. And then the landscape of daytime TV has changed.
Yeah.
But to be working and doing exactly what you love to do for a certain amount of time is just amazing. And then when, your show, wherever you're working, gets renewed, it's a blessing because, you're like an independent consultant. It's not like once you stop this show, you get to go to another show. You have to hustle and people, to get to the next project. But I just think that some people just need to remember, you always have to be green. I always remember the first time I ever stepped on a sound stage and how green and excited I was. That feeling is still there every season, even though I'm on a set and I'm on a lot and everything, a studio lot. I still have that in me. I always said, if I don't have that in me, I think I need to move on to something else. But you have to have that. I'm still excited, from the first day that I started doing this to now. And that's how I know. That's how I gauge it. I still get a little nervous, too. And I'm like, I get to meet the guest, and it's my first time seeing you. And then we hit the stage, and they're doing their interview. But I think that's healthy because that's how you know you're right where you're supposed to be.
What would you say is the most important skill and quality for a talk show producer to have?
I think it's a combination. It's just not one thing. I think, one, you need to I think to be a good talk show producer, you have to know your audience. You have to know your host. You have to know how to get good guests, and you have to know how to extract that out of them. And then also you have to know how to execute your creative and your vision well and keep it going. Yeah. So it's not always one thing. It's a combination. And so it's if you are in this industry and you ever work talk show, we know the grind of it, but it's not always easy. It's you always have to be creative. You always have to be on. So I think it is all that bundled into that, and you have to love what you do because you are spending a lot of time doing it. And I think once you have those ingredients, then that's how you bloom. Yeah. That is exactly how you bloom. You have to have that. If I didn't have that and that skill set, I wouldn't have the resume that I do now and have the opportunities that I do now. When I get to go to other projects, it's because of a recommendation. Someone says, "Oh, I worked with you before. Oh, yeah, she's a great producer." Yeah,
because it's you're always a working resume, right? So how you act on the set, it's just okay, well, I know who I would take from this production, and I know who I would, put my name on and be like, hey, this person could do this.
I'm telling you.
And so it's so important to always be moving with integrity and always be.
You have to be humble, but you have to be really good at what you do. I'm not just saying that because I believe that I'm good at what I do because I know that I am. Yeah. And you have to know it and don't be cocky about it.
Yeah,
but be humble confident. With it, but be very confident so that you can execute your vision. And I always say that 99.9% 1% of everything that I get is from a recommendation because I've already worked with someone. So they give me a call and say, oh, are you working right now? Oh, I want you to jump on this project with me. And so that is important because how are you going to move when, you're on hiatus and one project ends, but that's how you keep going. So you have to have all that. You have to have good character, humble. You have to make sure that you're not putting down anyone. You got to make sure that you're not like into the gossipy thing. You just have to really like lock in, and that's how you bloom.
Yeah, and I think that that's amazing. But like in that too, when you get those different opportunities, how do you discern which one is the right one for you to pursue?
God, every step that I've taken was on a word from God. When I started at the new Ricki Lake Show, my dream was always to work in entertainment since I was little. I have two aunts who work. One was a producer, and another one was a publicist for Warner Brothers.
What a blessing to have that in family too,
So I spent a lot of my childhood on set. So I always wanted to work behind the camera. I always thought it would be publicity. I'm almost 47, so I graduated in May of 2001. When I got home, because I went to school in Philadelphia, but when I actually came back, my first interview was on September 11th, 2001. So
that was a crazy day. That is a crazy first day.
The whole industry changed.
Yeah.
So that was my first interview, and so the movie industry really shut down because of what was happening. So for a good, I guess, 5 or 6 years, I had to first I worked as a live source operator for Verizon, and then I said I didn't want to do this. I want to go back to Philadelphia and just do some other things. And so I got into tourism, which helped me in marketing because I did have a background in that, and also publicity. And then I was like, something was still missing. God was like, there's still much more. So then after another 5 years, I moved back to LA. I started working in tourism out here, worked for the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Then I helped open Madame Tussauds Hollywood. I was part of the opening team. And then after a year from that, I got laid off. 2 weeks later, I happened to be on, someone needed a PA for the bio channel, and I did that. And a couple people said, you're really good at this. And I was like, I'm like 30-ish. Like, I don't need to be.
You like, I don't know.
Yeah, so what ended up happening is that a couple months later, I ended up with a chance meeting of the executive producer of the new Ricki Lake Show. And basically, I just had a simple conversation with her. She said her husband works in Long Beach but lived in the Valley. And I said, ugh, I hate his commute. I don't even know why people live out in the Valley.
Yeah.
Yes. She ended up asking me to be her assistant. When she asked me to be her assistant, I was like, God, if you open up this door, I'm just going to go through it because I know. And that's exactly what I did. And it was like college for me. I was pitching, I was booking, I was help writing as an assistant. I was in the rooms with executives as they were building shows, and it helped me. I was helping different producers, taking me under their wings, learning how to talk to guests, how to do everything that you need to do, how to do pre-interviews. And so for there, I just kept going. When I worked at the Queen Latifah show, God gave me a dream. He gave me a dream that I would get a call and I would work on that show. I happened to be driving one day by Sony, and I had to stop at a light, and it had her billboard up. And when I looked to my left, God said, soon enough, you're going to be there. That was like December. And I was like, okay, God.
Right.
Like a couple weeks later, I end up getting a new work bag, telling my friend, girl, I need to get some hair. Put this hair in,
right?
Because God gave me a dream that I would be there and show me exactly how it was going to happen, that I would be asleep, that I would get a call, and that I would have to do my interview just like that, and that they would want me to come on the show. A couple weeks later, I was asleep. I ended up getting a call. They said, could you please take the call right now? I had to literally get up. And I was
your
like,
sleep voice out and be like,
that's
be
right.
very professional.
And and my dream was in color, and exactly how it happened in the dream is how it happened in real life. So I do pray on things every step of the way, because there's some situations God doesn't want you in, if it's a bad production or something like that, and you learn. So every step of the way, God is leading me. And I think that some people need to tune into that, because sometimes it's a project that's, I've turned some projects down because it just wasn't what God wanted from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, too, like, just hearing that story, and first of all, thank you for sharing that. hearing that story, it just makes me think, like, I know growing up in church and stuff, they were, my pastor would say, if you're a good steward of the little, the Lord will bless you with more. And that's literally the embodiment. That story is the embodiment of that, right? Because you're like, all right, I'll start humbly. I'll take it. I'll be an assistant. I'll be a PA. I'll be whatever I need to do so I can learn. And I'll be humble in that role. And then when it's time for me to be promoted and to elevate, I will be ready. You know what I mean? Because it also stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
You always have to. I remember I worked on a summer pilot. They used to do summer pilots where you're on a show for 6 weeks and they try it out in the summertime to see if it can go for a whole season. And I was working on one. And I remember I was like, this is the last time I'm going to be an assistant. And I was like, because I was an assistant, but I was working at an associate producer level. So I was like, I just want to produce. And so I ended up going to another project. It's Not You with Tyrese and Rev Run. And God showed me that I would be there as an associate producer. Now, someone asked, hey, what are you going to do after we wrap here? I said, I don't know. I would love to work on an Oprah Winfrey project. And it happened to be an Oprah Winfrey project. The next week, someone called and said, well, we don't have the name of the show, but it's going to be on the Oprah Winfrey Network. I said, that is God right there.
That'll do it. Yeah.
That is God. And when I went in, I interviewed for an associate producer position, and they hired me as a PA, which I was not. I was just like, what? I took it anyway because I said, well, God showed me that this is what I'm going to do and that I'm going to be an associate producer. A couple weeks later, before we got into actually filming, I was called in and I was promoted to an associate producer. And I think that sometimes I could have said, I don't want this PA position. But I went off of what God showed me. And if I didn't listen, then I probably would have missed out on the opportunity. And so sometimes you have to humble yourself. And then in due time, like you don't do it for the accolades. You want to make more money. Yeah. I'm not even going to lie. I want to make the top money that I can. Yeah. But also, I love what I'm doing. And if promotion comes with that, when it's time, it will be time. But God is preparing you personally. He's developing you as a leader. And I change in every level. I learn something new. I'm always learning. Sometimes I make mistakes, but you always have to be open to learning. Like, I'm not I know it all. I'm like, how do I get better? How can I be better with every single interview I produce? How can I be better?
Absolutely. Yeah. You're about to make me cry or do a praise lap. I don't know. One of the two or both. Now, you've done so much in your career, but we would love to know how you fill your own cup and pour into yourself. All right? Because that's very important, and I think that especially in this industry, you get to moving and shaking so much. Yeah. It's really hard and difficult to pour into yourself. But before we pour into these questions, I'm going to actually literally pour into your cup.
Okay. I would love some.
All right. So we're going to also get a little bit of sweet tea here.
Can't go wrong with sweet tea.
And then we're also going to continue and water our flowers and water our flowers where we are.
Well, I'm going to start watering mine now because I need a little bit of watering to keep on going.
Amazing. As you water your plants, how are you pouring into yourself?
I am just learning this. For the last 2 years prior to this year, I worked on 3 projects at one time. So not only was I working full-time on my production, but also I helped produce a Juneteenth event that the city put on. And also I worked as the media director at my church. So I was like, never had any time.
Oh, you were full throttle.
I was full throttle. And only God was able to help sustain me through that. But I was like, I need time off to really disconnect and just connect with myself. So now heading into like this season, I really make sure that I take time for me. So on the weekends, I really just disconnect. I'm at home or spend time with family, or I'm doing something that has nothing to do with work. I'm not working on additional projects because I just can't in this season, because it is important for me to sustain myself. So if that means, hey, like tonight I'm going to go to a karaoke thing, that is going to help me just balance my social life. But also I need time to, sleep in a little bit because I wake up at 5 a.m. because I work in the Valley, but I live in South Bay. So those are the type of things that I have to feed myself with. And it is sometimes like when I'm on hiatus, I'm going to go take a trip because I really need to disconnect. So it's those things to keep a balance of, no work, no talking about work, but doing things that I love, whether it's just reading a book, going to catch up with friends at lunch or dinner, going to catch a movie. Like I was on hiatus and I love like catching up on Netflix and I just
binge watching.
Yes, I love stuff like that. But those are the things that help keep me going.
Yeah, and I think in those, do you find yourself being very like, this is a hard boundary. I am going to do what I do on the weekends, which is nothing related to work, or I'm absolutely doing this karaoke, or I'm really just going to chill out and let it play however I want. Like, you can kind of make your own.
It's a little bit of both because sometimes I can go, I don't have any plans for the weekend and plans come up, but I have been good at boundaries. So during the week when I come home, I do not watch TV because I'm already wound up. I just come home and I like to have dinner and just no TV, just me, just quiet time. And then another thing that helps me is that I won't talk on the phone at certain times, or I'll just push that off to the weekend. In the mornings when I get up and I do my Bible reading, when I get in my car, I'm in the car for about an hour. That's my praise and worship and prayer time. So that's my time. Like literally people know when I'm there because they either hear my music when I'm coming in because I'll still have it going, and I'm in the office before everyone, and so it helps set the tone. So it's always, you have to have God first. Like you have to have God first. I have to have God first because he leads me and he is ordering my footsteps. So that's one thing. But also I do have hard boundaries. So even if people say, let's do this, let's do that, I'm like, no, I don't want to. I need time to myself. I mean, even with family, my mom, let's do this, let's do that. Hey, I need time to myself. And so people don't understand that, but they will. But I have to have that. So I set boundaries. And then I do fun stuff. And then, you have to have a balance of a little play, work, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like it's almost like empowering your no or your yes. You know what I mean? I feel like if you operate that way, it just is kind of like, no, this is what I like. What feels the best to me at this point.
Yeah, and my no is no, and my yes is yes, and I don't have an in between. I'm either hot or cold. I'm never ever in between. I'm like, yes, I can do it, or no. Someone just was asked, I'm doing this project, and I would love to have you do. No.
Yeah.
If it ain't worth, you better offer me $5,000 or more to come do some stuff on the side while I'm in full production. Like my no is my no, and my yes is my yes, and then I'll take time, even if it's something that's presented to me, I'll go, no, thank you. I just can't. Like, I can't do everything. And people want to pick your brains and stuff like that. I get paid for this. This is my bread and butter. This is my consulting fee. That's what you do. Like, you can't.
And knowing your worth is very important. I'm sure that over the years, like, you've learned how to do that. And like, what would you say would be your evolution into like being in this space of, because it's really hard to say no sometimes, or you feel like you can't say no to different things.
I don't feel like that.
You don't. Help me, because
like I said, I'm older. I've been in this business for 16 years. I'm almost 47. I'm also a tourist and I'm very headstrong.
Are you April tourist or May?
May. I'm May 7th. So my yes is my yes and my no is my no, but also if I feel like it doesn't line up with God and God is not telling me yes, then I will not do it. Sometimes it could be a volunteer thing and God says, yes, do it. I will do it. But like if it's talking to kids or something like that, because sometimes kids need to hear it from people who look like them, who are not from Hollywood and things like that. But I don't have a problem with that. And I think that people should just, your no is your no, your yes is your yes. That's it.
What does wellness mean to you? How do you define that?
Just taking care of yourself. You have to. It's like securing your mask or else you can't do anything else. And sometimes you neglect that because, again, I go 9 months out of the year and I'm working 60, sometimes 80 hours a week. But I have to make sure to fall back and take care of myself. So I have to be well to do what I'm doing and just to function in life. So how some people be like, oh, well, like they say, you a homebody or something. First of all, I have a nice place. I am by the water, praise God. So I get to look out into the water, but also I know my limits. So I know that when I'm heavy into production, you will not see me going out. But when I am on hiatus, that's the time for me to connect with people. And sometimes I'll just do a couple of, get-togethers or things like that. But I know, so I have to balance it because wellness is everything.
Yeah.
Or else I can't sustain myself.
Exactly. And the commute alone, be like, listen, baby, I don't have it for you. You know what I mean? That is a commute.
It's a lot. And, thank God, it's some people who got kids and stuff like that. I'm like, how do you take care of kids and your husband? It's like, for me, I feel like I have a perfect balance because I have, nieces and nephews, and then some of my friends have kids. And then I get to work with some amazing kids on the show. And then I get to go back to your parents.
Yes. I'm an auntie, and I live for that. Yeah, I was like, I love that because I'm like, it's days where, you can probably relate. It's like, how do y'all feed kids and make sure these kids are all good to go?
I don't know what to do with a kid after 48 hours. And they're like, me. I love it that I can come home and I have peace. Mm-hmm. When I come home, I have peace. My place is a sanctuary for me, and I believe you have to cultivate that. Mm-hmm. And so that helps me because when I come home, I'm like, this is it. This is my sanctuary. Yeah. So that helps too.
And this is just me. What color is in there? What's the color in your home that is setting the tone for the peacefulness? Because in my mind, I'm imagining a color, but I want to know.
You know what? I would say yellow. I have pops of yellow throughout, and then I always try to have fresh flowers. But also, I'm in a high rise, and so my view is of the Long Beach waterfront.
Oh.
So I get to see that, so that helps me. And so pops of color, but yellow. Yellow is something that's vibrant, but also I like to keep fresh flowers. I try to go. Whole Foods and Trader Joe's have the best flowers.
They do.
They really do.
They do. So and sometimes they'll arrange them for you. Yeah. At least in Whole Foods, I think.
Well, I arrange them myself, and so I'll bring some to work, and then I'll have some at home, and that just helps me because everything does bloom.
Yeah.
Especially in the spring.
And I think it's just helpful, just having that freshness too. It's so helpful, but yellow's my favorite color, so I'm already on board with that.
Yes.
I love a good yellow decor, and I think it just looks so good. In general, it looks good it'll just pump up a space. It looks good on melanated skin. It looks amazing. We love yellow.
Yeah.
So we love it.
Exactly.
Even regarding mental health in this particular industry, I know that failure comes up a lot, and navigating those failures and maintaining mental health, and just what would be your advisement on just how to manage the failure and just failures or success actually, but and still maintain a healthy amount of mental health and pouring into yourself.
I think society across the board is always, I think we paint a false narrative of success. Mm-hmm. And I think that everyone's everything is going to be good. You have to do this for success. You have to put everything, behind you. You have to just succeed no matter what. But you learn from failure.
Yeah.
I remember taking a project, and I just thought, let me take this project, and I needed money. And I was like, okay, it's being offered. And everything from the moment, and I went to Atlanta to go do it for 2 months. Mm-hmm. From the moment I got on the plane, I knew this was not what I don't want to say this is what God didn't want for me, but God taught me about failure. I stayed on the project for 2 months, and I decided this is not for me. It's not the type of program I want to work on. I don't like the people that I'm working with and all that good stuff, and it just wasn't for me. And so I stayed longer than I needed to, mm-hmm. and I remember getting all my stuff and getting on a plane, and I felt like a failure, and I felt like a failure for a whole year. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, God, why did you lead me to that? And I had to learn that, one, God wanted to show me mm-hmm. that your place is in LA, not anywhere else.
Yeah.
And also, you had to show, you have to experience failure. You will not always succeed. You will not always do things 100%. And I think that everyone should be humble enough to learn that I don't know everything, and I'm not going to do everything right. And it's okay, because when I learn what I don't want, I know what I do want. Mm-hmm. A lot of people come to me and they go, well, I want to work in the industry. Well, what do you want to do? Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I'm not the person to tell you what to do.
Right.
How about you research the different areas and then you come back to me, because I can't tell you what to do. And I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to be that. Like, if you want to learn about talk shows and different things like that, that I worked on, I can help you. But I just think that everyone needs to know that failure is okay. It helps to teach you and it helps to propel you.
Yeah.
You're going to have to fail sometimes to succeed, but it's okay. And don't be so hard on yourself because you're going to make mistakes.
This episode is sponsored by Picture Life. Picture Life is a premium photo booth rental company that delivers immersive, high-energy experiences for weddings, parties, and corporate events. They help clients capture unforgettable moments with customized branding and instant social sharing. Picture Life, your partner for every occasion.
Now, let's get a little wild and a little nosy in Wildflower, our rapid this or that game.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm game.
All right, this is where you got to make a choice. But I already know you're good. You good.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to pull the first one. Playlist or podcast?
Playlist.
Playlist.
Music.
You got a fire playlist?
I have a fire.
Give us a
playlist.
taste of the fire playlist.
Morning playlist is Sunday service and Walter Hawkins gospel music.
Okay.
To get to set the tone of your day. Coming home in traffic. I'm from LA, so I'll do a little Ice Cube.
Yeah.
I'm from Long Beach, Snoop Dogg. I might put some Timbs in there. Then also, sometimes I do a little Mark Anthony, you know? But
a little Kendrick? Any Kendrick?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. But definitely, I only listen to music when I'm in the car, or I'm not listening to anything. I don't do podcasts. Ooh, day party or night on the town? I like a good day party.
Yes.
I like a good day party because they're going to have good brunch.
Yeah.
And I get to have a good time, and then I get to get home at a good hour.
We get to wrap it up. We can still have your day.
Yeah,
you know?
or you can still go to dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I like a good day party.
A good day party is I'm starting to appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah. They're fun.
Let's see. I got this next one.
Okay.
Viral kids or viral church ladies?
Ooh, viral kids. Viral kids are amazing. I produce some of the best ones. I love it. Like a Pastor Luke. I don't know if you guys seen the little kid who went viral for baptizing his stuffed animal.
No.
Yes, he went viral a couple years for baptizing his stuffed animal. And I saw that and I was like, definitely have to book that kid. Amazing little kid and so anointed. So viral kids all the time, makes you feel good. And they're super duper cute.
They're so cute. I was going to say, I'm just thinking about in my head, like the talk show segments that have had little kids. They're so cute.
Oh,
they're so
I
honest.
love them. The kids are unpredictable, but in the best way. And they're so fun. And it's something about childlike anything. So,
yeah.
Viral kids all the way.
We love a good viral kid.
Yeah. Ha! Daytime talk. TV or nighttime? Daytime, baby. Y'all better tune in.
Period.
Daytime. Nighttime talk is good, but it's all probably about celebrities. Daytime talk, you're going to get those human interest stories where you're learning about people and, you know, their stories, motivational, inspirational, and those viral kids that we love. So daytime talk all the way.
Yeah.
Ah! Y'all do y'all research. Aaron Pierre Spirit Tunnel or Usher Spirit Tunnel?
I know mine.
Aaron Pierre.
That's Mufasa. Because that is Mufasa.
You know what? I'm going to say, I know that that's viral, but I take them both. I love all of our Spirit Tunnels.
We will allow everybody to do a cheat. Get a cheat. That's your cheat now. It's both because, quite frankly, I wouldn't be able to choose.
I like all of them. That's it.
Give me 14 of them right now.
Ah!
All right, I got one last one for you.
Uh-huh.
I think I know the answer.
Okay, let's see.
All right. Alone time or social time?
Alone time.
I knew it. I knew it because you got to recharge.
You do. And that could be a massage, a facial. Sometimes it's going to the movies by yourself, reading a book, or grabbing food by yourself. I can, or go into the museum. I love going to the aquarium. Like, I can move and do everything by myself and be so fine.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to a concert by yourself? It's top tier. It's a good time.
No, I've met people there.
It's a good time at a concert by yourself. I've done it and enjoyed it because I was like, I'm not waiting up on nobody. So I'm here for it.
I might have to try that out. Or going to an amusement park by myself. That would be fun because then I can just hurry up and get on the rides.
And then you can be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or do it double back if you want to. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That's all we have for you for the wildflower segment.
Oh, that was cool. That
Yeah.
is too funny. Y'all did y'all research.
We know that no one can do this alone. And give them their flowers. We would love to know who is inspiring you.
So, Angela, okay, who would you like to give flowers to and why?
I would say to my village.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to have a strong support system, and it starts from my mom and my aunts who have been in the industry. It starts for friends and family who have supported my vision because sometimes I didn't have. It's your friends who support you, and so I would like to give flowers to my village for being there for me, encouraging me, showing up for me, and that means a lot in me sustaining myself.
Yeah.
Because you need to have that, my inner circle, like that has to be tight, or else I think it'll be much, much harder to navigate just life.
Yeah.
So to my village.
Yeah. Shout out to the group chat,
Yeah.
on our salon stuff.
Yeah.
And who is someone in industry that is killing the game right now who you want to give their flowers?
Ooh, it's so many, but I would like to say I have a mentor. Her name is Ianthe Jones, and I've worked with her since I started in the industry all throughout, like a lot of projects she brought me on, but she also was a great representation and still is of a Black woman doing it in the industry. We have become, not only is she my mentor and someone who just brought me along, but family. And I think that she just leads with positivity and just this is how you carry yourself in this industry. And also my aunt, I have an aunt. Her name is Willa Clinton Joins, and she was a publicist from Warner Brothers for many years. She did a lot of different things, but she was my introduction into entertainment. And I learned a lot of stuff from her of how to carry myself and just her allowing me to tag along to press junkets and premieres actually honed in my, my wanting to be in the industry. So shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. And I think that that's just so beautiful that you have always had that, but then also like you gain mentorship is so important and it's so beautiful to have that. So shout out to your mentor.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for shouting those people out because we love, and we giving y'all flowers too, okay? So we love to conclude this episode by giving you your flowers, actually. So we have some flowers for you.
This is so pretty.
Because we love to give a flower in a card. We love to give a flower while you can still smell them, okay? So we love that, and we appreciate you being here.
Forever. And y'all wrote stuff in it. I
Yes.
won't read it right now.
I know, I'm such a word.
I keep
you like
cards
words of affirmation. You
forever.
love that. I love a good
keep
word.
Cards forever.
Yay!
I keep them forever. Like, it's ridiculous, but I do. So thank you so much. It's been such an honor, and I love this platform and what you all are doing. So it's been a pleasure to be a part of this.
Thank you, because we are so inspired by you, your work, your message, the countless gems dropped here. And just thank you so very much. And we have loved hearing your story about how you rose from the concrete. Thank you so much, Angela. And we'll see you all on the next episode of From the Concrete.